So why fear comes in the mind? When we break the rules, not necessarily of law, but sometimes laws of humanity. Like, I was reading this news a few months ago. In a building, the lady's dog was missing, so she was putting these posters everywhere that if anybody sees a beautiful Pomerian dog, please tell me. That's so her phone number is there, and a reward of 1 lakh rupees is there. And she was pasting it everywhere, everywhere. And she ends up being in the street corner, and somebody saw, and he said, "Ma'am, this dog is no more alive." So, how come? How can you say that? He said, last night, this dog who just wandered out of the building gate, a man caught this dog, took to this shop, they butchered the dog, cooked his meat, and they ate it. So, you won't find your dog. Dog has been butchered. It was such a horrific thing for her that her dearest pet is not missing. Not another human being has taken to play or maybe sell it to some another customer. The dog was killed, cut into pieces, cooked in a pot, and a bunch of boys ate that dog. Who will teach people? Don't do this. Right? If somebody is not going to teach, they will never have this kind of compassion. Oh, no way. Can't be. So every society, every culture, every country makes this list of rules. Don't break these rules. Abide by these rules. That is to have a peaceful society and everybody can live with honor and respect and dignity. Some rules are laid by Shastra. The scripture says, I always say Bhagavad Gita chapter 16 is the best to know what you should do and what you should not do. But it's not like commandments. It has a very strong psychological reasoning that why it is saying that you should have truth in your life. Because if you will not have truth in your heart, mind, and action, then your mind will be darkened with the burden of fear, an unexplained fear. And then you will have anxiety because a liar will always fear that, oh, I will get caught someday. Oh, I will get caught. Because the problem of a liar is that liar forgets his or her trail. You just forget the line which they have said, they just forget. So that's why they get caught easily. So scripture says, be truthful. Satyam, samshuddhi, have a pure mind. Why? Ultimately, you have to live with your own mind. If you have too much of lies and deceit in your mind, what would happen? Your sleep is gone. You will end up having sedatives and the sleeping pills or some alcohol or something, because the natural sleep will escape you. So when Sri Krishna says, be truthful, be pure, be clean, it's not a social rule what he is giving. He is saying this is to keep your sanity. You will have a good mind. You will have a pure mind. You will have a sanity in you, and you will not be diseased with the psychological ailments. Any fear, if anybody has it, it's there is a chain of events which must have happened with that person, which has caused the fear in the mind. Like in the childhood, I saw one of the most entertaining thing is, and that's to tell one another horror stories. Well, it used to be in my childhood. So bunch of we kids are sitting and one of them would, okay, like horror story, this happened and a witch came and she had this very scary eyes and she had long nails and dark skin and she would make such a weirdo sounds and she caught that child and then scrunched his neck and the blood came out and we are all listening and we are getting scared and a point will come, stop it, don't tell us this story. So all kids would just go back home and now that story is there in the mind. And here you are walking and the moment one of my friend, she opened the door of her house, the light was bit dim and she opened the door and there she saw this long hair twirling, eh, and she was so scared she screamed out so loud and a hand came up and the hair was pulled up. It was her great aunt. She had just washed her hair and the Indian ladies, I don't know why, but they'll put the head downward, let all the hair fall down, and they will rub it with the towel and then back comb the hair. So she had just back combed the hair, and the wind was blowing, and the bit darkness was there, and light was not too much. And the door opens, and there it is, and she screamed like crazy and went back to the street. Bhoot, bhoot, bhoot. And then the grand aunt was running after her and calling her name. Come back, it's me, it's your aunt. Don't run away. Don't be scared. But that's what happens. So going to the bedroom becomes scary. Switching off light becomes scary. So the children room will always have a small bulb, which they don't want anybody to put it off. Because the moment the darkness is there, the witch is going to come under the bed. You open the window and there she is. You open a cupboard and she's just going to scream at you and gorge your eyes out. So all these stories. So children are getting scared. But there is a kick coming. So next evening again we all said, so no, tell another story. So you're listening to these fearful stories, creating those imagery in your mind, and then getting scared yourself. And then there are people, the grown-ups sometimes, they use this as a ploy to discipline the children. They say, drink your milk, otherwise the witch will come and suck your blood out. So the child gets scared and quickly finishes the milk. No witch coming to my room. No witch coming. Okay, now you drank the milk, fine. I will tell her not to come. Do your homework, the witch will come. This is inculcating the fear in the mind. But just imagine the people who are living in the villages, and if nobody is talking such horror stories, they walk, they run in the fields from their homes in the night to water their fields. Nobody is scared. So fear is created, cultivated, nurtured. Sometimes because of the external influences. And sometimes, again, because you have done something which you don't want anybody to know, that will create fear.